Hey y'all, blessed day, YouTube world. Oh y'all, excuse me, child, for coming on here looking raggedy, but that's most of the time, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here and talk before I get started on my day. I'm just laying here in the bed, um, getting ready to start my day with my work from home position. And I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about work life. Um, how's it going for you guys? Are y'all okay with what's going on in the world? And, you're dealing with your own issues, and then you're dealing with what we dealing with in this US of A. I know that's not fun. I know. We got to do what we got to do, y'all, and just try our best to stay, prayed up. Because, child, I just don't know what to think nowadays. I really don't. I haven't been knowing what to think for a long time. Sometimes, do you just wish you could just, if you had the funds and the means to just up and move out of this country? Do you think it would make your life easier and better if you moved somewhere else besides here in the United States? Sometimes I think that some countries are better than staying here. You probably make more money, better way of living, be able to meet your needs, less stress, better health care, better benefits. It's got to exist somewhere. I'm sure it does. There's too many people moving out of here. But that's not really what I came on here to talk about. But yeah, I had to just bring that up. Work life. It can be strenuous. And I feel like, and I know many of you have probably heard this before, you feel like you're working for others to help make them money, to help them accomplish their dreams. But have you ever thought about yours? What is your purpose? What are your talents? What can you do to accomplish your own dreams instead of building somebody else's, working on their terms, working on their time, building their company and business and revenue, working shifts and hours for them when you could be working your own hours, your own free time, doing what you want to do, making your own money. You call the shots. You the boss. Ever thought about that? Building your own dreams? Because these companies don't care about you. They don't care about nobody. All they care about is making their coin, having other folks work for them to build their company up and to make them money. You're replaceable. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I do work from home. It's about the closest thing to working for myself in a sense, even though I don't work for myself. It's the only reason why I say this because you have more freedom working from home, in my opinion. Not freedom just. Oh my goodness, yeah, I need to wake up. Not freedom just to play around and do whatever you want. No, you still have to do your job. You still have to adhere to the policies and procedures and things of that nature, just as if you were working in the actual building or place. You can't just do whatever you want. You still have to do your job. That's not what I'm saying. But I just feel like you have more leeway. You have more privacy. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go out and get lunch if you don't want to. You can leave if you want to, on your breaks or lunches or whatever. There's nobody hovering over your shoulder and micromanaging. There have been some that do micromanage online, though. Fortunately, I haven't really had that issue. But it does happen, even if you work from home. And it's awful, just as if you were in the office and somebody is micromanaging you, which I feel like we're all grown here, and especially if I haven't done anything or to show you that I'm not doing my job, I'm not being productive, why are you hounding me? And I say this because I've had it happen before. Thankfully, not with this job, but I definitely know what it's like. It's like, what do you want? I am doing my job. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm meeting my metrics and goals. Why are you hounding me? What in the world do you want? Why are you calling a meeting with me? For what? It's not time for our one-on-one. Why are you questioning me about this when there's nothing wrong with it? And we come to that conclusion that, okay, this is fine. Let's say, for instance, I'm working on a claim. Go ahead and send it through. There's nothing wrong with it. So why in the world are you calling a meeting with me to discuss this? I feel like they have nothing better to do. And I've talked on this one before because it was one specific person that has done this and got on my last everlasting cranial nerve. Like just always nitpicking. And yeah, it happens at work from home too, unfortunately. It depends on where you work, who's your manager, team lead, what team you're on. Excuse me. It's not with every job. You know, you have to do your work and research and, find out what job is best for you. That's with anything, whether you're working from home or in the office. It can happen anywhere. Micromanaging is everywhere. Some jobs have it bad, some don't. Like I said, I'm thankful that I don't have it. It probably occurs at my company. I'm sure it does with other teams. In fact, I know it does because, I've heard of it. I have other people who have told me that are not on my team, and they are being micromanaged on the team that they're on. So yeah, I'm just thankful that the team I'm on, I don't have to worry about that. And I wish they didn't either, because that's to me is childish, especially if you're doing your job and you're like, what are you hounding me for? Why are you always constantly watching me and picking at my work and picking it apart? Like I did something wrong. You got a question on everything I do, everything I say, everything I submit. You have questions about it. You constantly watching, wondering why did I take so long to go on a break, or why I'm not in this particular claim, or why was I in this claim so long? Like, why are you watching me? You got about 20 other people on this team. Are you watching them like that? Are you constantly? You can't watch all those people like that at once. I just feel like they have certain ones that they target. They have their favorites and likes, and then they have the ones that they constantly target as if they're trying to just, scoop them on out the door. And sometimes it happens like that. I had it happen to a friend of mine. She was constantly being targeted, constantly being picked on and picked at, and work being picked apart. They were doing this to get her out the door. I believe they felt like they overhired staff and they just do any and everything to just get you out instead of laying you off and, giving you a compensation package. They don't want to give you nothing. They don't want to pay you or give you any money. They don't care about your well-being or your needs and your bills that you have to pay. So let's just find something on them and get them on out the door so we don't have to pay them. So, give us a good valid reason to terminate them. Let's make their work harder so that they can be terminated and we don't have to, compensate them for anything. And, they don't care. That's why I say these jobs do not care. You have family. Some people have children. Some people have parents or elderly parents that they take care of, or family members or sick members in their family that they help to assist. Or some people are single and struggling. They have bills, they have car note, they have rent, mortgage. These companies do not care, child. They don't care how you're going to get your next meal. You're fired and you just out the door. You lucky if you even have another check coming after that. You out the door and they could care less. Moving on to the next and probably hire somebody else after saying they needed to cut back. They cut back, all right, cut back on your raises. And every time you turn around, they add new ish that cost millions of dollars, but you couldn't give nobody no raise. What? You talking about we couldn't get a raise But you implementing all this other crap that costs millions of dollars. But you can't afford to get your hardworking employees who are building this company. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be where you are right now. But you can't give us a raise. And that's my whole point of, have you ever thought about being your own boss and just working for yourself? It's getting to that point. I've worked for myself before. It wasn't as successful as I would like it to be for it to be my only income. I had income with it, but it was not enough to survive off of. It was like a side gig. But I want something more than a side gig. If I'm going to do this, and I will do this, and work for myself, I want it to be my only gig. You hear me? I want it to be my main source and my only source of income. I call the shots. I'm the boss. I work. I work for myself. Me. I work when I want to. If I don't feel good or feel like working that day, or just want to take a day off just to relax, or just to take a week off to go on a trip, I can do that. I don't have to ask nobody. I don't have to put in no time just for it to get rejected and say, oh, well, we got too many people off that week. Or hoping that, my time off request would get approved. I don't have to wait for no approval when you work for yourself. You approve everything you do. It's in your hands. The ball is in your hands. The ball is in your court. You don't have to wait on nobody. And I like that. You gotta ask nobody nothing. If you have a talent and you need to show the world you're an artist, you're a singer or something, work on it. Do what you need to do. Work for yourself, because at the end of the day, these jobs, they don't care about you. Work from home or nothing. And I'm not bashing work from home. I thank God that I have a job. Don't get me wrong on that, because there's so many people out there looking. But in the meantime, while you're working, be working on yourself. Be working on becoming the best you can be. Be working on being your own boss, an entrepreneur. And once you see that take off and you're succeeding, you don't need all that over there, because that's what they do to you. When they don't need you, what they do? Cut you off. You out of there. They don't care. No compensation, no nothing. They'll try to do anything to keep from just laying you off so they don't have to pay you. They're going to come up with something, most of these places, because they sneaky. And they want to just get you out the door and without having to pay you. And they don't give two you-know-whats. And they ain't looking back, and they could care less how you survive. And that's terrible. That's how it is here. It's sad that our own people that work hard and help build this country in the USA, we get treated like dirt. We don't get no help with that. They'll help other people outside of this country. And I ain't saying, not trying to be funny, but they will. They will help everybody else but their own. So you got to think. You got to help yourself, right? Who else gonna help you? You got to do this for yourself and keep number one. Who is that? That man upstairs. That's who I put my trust in. That's who I pray to. I don't know about you. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. I don't know what your religion is. But mine is that man upstairs, Jesus Christ. Yes, that's who I believe in. And he always pulled me through. Always. I'm not suffering, thank God. But, I'm not quite happy where I'm at either. I was at one point. But I know I can be better. And that's what I'm working on. And I'm praying on that. And you can be better too. You don't have to settle. You don't have to just stay stuck. Believe in yourself, because when you speak negativity against yourself, you'll never get nowhere. I'm telling you that now. When we start speaking positive things and positivity, you best to believe doors are going to open. Blessings are going to come following you and chasing you. You ain't going to have to chase it. You got to stay prayed up, and you got to, just believe in yourself, knowing that you can do this. Speak positivity over yourself. The power is in the tongue. What you speak out is like that's what you're speaking out into the world. So be careful and mindful of the words that you speak. Speak positivity. That way positivity will follow and chase you. Anyway, that's all I come on here to say before I get started on the work that I don't feel like doing. And that's another thing too. I hate um, when you apply for these jobs and you apply for a certain position, and then on down the line, you're forced pretty much to go to another department that you were not hired for. You once loved the job and now you hate it because now you're dealing with something that you didn't apply to. So, yeah, that's kind of like I've been through that situation, yeah. And it's not fun because when you once loved the job, love what you do, and then you're being forced to work in another department because they're stating that this is what is offered right now and we need to move y'all. And now you're working somewhere where you don't want to be and you don't like it. I don't like it at all. That's another reason. I love what I was doing before this. And now it's like I'm somewhere that I don't want to be. And if anybody knows me, they know that I don't deal with that type of stuff if I don't have to. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Same way for you. You don't have to deal with nothing. You don't have to settle. Because I was fine where I was, but we were told that, these are the two options that you have, and we would have to get you guys moved. For what? When there's still people in that department that I was in. And there have been people that went over there after we left. So what are you talking about? Like, it makes no sense. Why are you putting other people over there then? Why? We could have stayed where we were at. We were just fine. We already know what we're doing. And then you get over here, you get held to the same standards as a tenured person who has been here forever and a day. How you going to hold me for the same standards as that person? And I'm not even fully established and learned everything yet. Make that make sense. You see where I'm going with this? Do what y'all need to do, y'all. Do what's best for you. If you're not happy with something, you got to make it better. You're the only person that's going to do that. You got to pray about it, number one, and make your move and be positive. Because you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not saying I'm truly unhappy. No. I thank God I have a job. But I want better. Because I feel I deserve better. And you should feel that way too. You ain't got to settle for less. And on that note, y'all have a blessed day.